Hey guys, how are you? This is Mr. Argueta, week number 1 in Principles of Management. I wanted to get this video out to you as soon as possible. We start class on Monday, but wanted to make sure I got this to you soon so you can kind of get familiar with what to expect in your class online. Especially if you've never taken an online course. This is an asynchronous online course, which means you could do your work anytime within that week, and you'll see what I mean by that in just a second here. But essentially, you don't have to come in at a certain time. You can do it whenever you want within that week. So the course looks like this. Obviously, if you're familiar with online classes, you would go to gntc.edu, and right there in your Blackboard, that's going to come up. You're going to log in with your credentials, and you'll end up in a page similar. Well, actually, probably if you're taking multiple classes, it'll look something like this. Our particular class is Principles of Management, and that's what the home page will look like. What I want you to focus on is this area right here. This is where most of your work, if not all of your work, will be done. Homepage is what we're looking at. Syllabus or announcements are also in this area here, so you really don't have to go there necessarily unless you want to see an announcement that was posted prior to 7 days. If not, it'll be posted here. The last 7-day announcements will be there. If I put anything up, you'll see it populate here. Syllabus here. I want to make out a couple things out of here that I want you to make sure you are aware of. One of the most important things is how you are being graded, how your grade will be determined. 30% of your grade is going to be the Learn Smart, which is going to be a pretty standard adaptive learning. It's going to throw out questions. If you know the questions, it's no longer going to ask you that question. If you say, I don't know, and you just keep saying, I don't know, it's going to keep throwing those same questions out at you until you're done. So some people tell me, it takes me forever. Well, if you read the chapter and you did the questions, it'll be easy. It'll go through it very quickly. The next part is this part right here, which is 30% of your grade is chapter quizzes and chapter homeworks. 30% is going to be active participation by your discussion post. So just to compare, this first one is 30% with homework and quizzes. You have 2 chapters a week that you're going to be working on. So it's going to be 2 quizzes and 2 homeworks per week. So 30%, 1 quiz, it's not going to make that much of a difference. Versus you're going to have about 6 discussions. Each discussion is worth about 5 percentage points on your overall grade. It really impacts your grade. It really makes a difference. So I'm going to put a lot of attention on your discussion post. So people always do this. They'll always come back to me and be like, can I redo that chapter? I do not accept late work. So all of this stuff here, I do not accept late work, because it's not going to impact your grade as much as 30% of your discussions. So please focus on discussion. That's going to give you the best bang for your buck. Then 10% is going to be your midterm and your final. Okay, grading standard is pretty easy to understand. It's what you're used to. So going back, the next thing I want to look at is this weekly assignments. That's what you're going to focus on, because that's where all your work for the week is located. Every week you'll have a folder open up like this that says week 1. Okay, this one opens up on March 6th, right, at 12 a.m. So every Monday at 12 a.m. the new folder opens up. On March 13th at 12 a.m., week 2. March 20th, week 3. March 27th, week 4. And then in between week 4 and week 5, you'll have spring break. You won't have to do anything during the spring break. And that's why we skip a week, and then you'll start again April 10th on week 5. April 16th, week 6, and then this is a 7-week course, April 24th, week 7. That's where your final is. But once you open up week 1, you'll have your syllabus again, which is there, and it's here. I require you to complete your syllabus quiz to be considered part of the class. If you fail to do that, I will drop you as a no-show to the class. You have 1 week to complete that syllabus quiz. If you do not complete it, you will be automatically dropped. Okay, then this is chapter 1, and if you scroll down, chapter 2 and your discussions. Every week, besides the syllabus, That's what your work's going to look like. 2 chapters and a discussion. In this week, chapter 1 and all the other chapters, you're going to have your smart book. Technically, you could only get 100 on smart book because that's like reviewing the book, reviewing the chapter. Then you're going to do your homework. This is chapter 1 homework. It's just like an activity-based answering questions and then your quiz. Okay? PowerPoint, there's nothing to do. It's just a supplementary product for you. So you don't have to really do much with it. If you read the chapter and you do smart book, the rest should come pretty easily. Okay? For chapter 1, I recommend you read this Lowen's model before you do your homework, because this is going to talk about this model. Okay? Chapter 2 is exactly the same. You got your smart book, your homework, and your chapter 2 quiz, plus a supplementary of the PowerPoint. Okay? Now, other than the chapter work, you are required to complete your discussion. Here's what a discussion looks like. In this case, we're just going to talk about the dream. What is your major? What's your future? Tell me about yourself. Introduce yourself. In that discussion, you're going to post, it's not showing up here, but you're going to post your discussion there. There's going to be a tab here that says create a thread. You're going to post your thread. You're going to say, who you are, what your major is, all of the good stuff. But as one of the comments, as one of the threads, it's going to be my discussion. I am going to weekly post inside of your discussion a video. I call it a weekly video, and it's an update on what's going on in our class. I recommend you see that, and then you have to reply to that. So your discussion consists of your post, you reply to my video weekly, and 2 other students' posts. So you have 4 interactions in your discussion every week. Okay? I do not accept 1-sentence posts or reply. Please know I will not give you credit for that. It's a discussion. This is how I know you're understanding what we're talking about. Without that, I wouldn't know, because everything else should be pretty simple. This is how I know you're educatively talking about the topics we discussed that week. So please put focus on the discussion. All right. Also, I don't want to harp on this, but please do not give me someone else's work. We have plagiarism checkers. We have IA checkers. They're going to make sure it's your work. If it identifies plagiarism, you are going to get in trouble for that. This should be your original work. Don't go to Google and copy and paste something. You're going to get flagged, and you're going to get in trouble for that. So please, let's avoid that conversation. All right. That's pretty much it, guys, for the most part. As I said, this is a 7-week course. You don't need a physical book for this class. What you do need is to click on the first assignment. So you go to week 1, click on chapter 1, and you click on this. It's going to link you to the book that you need. And what you're going to do, this one's because I'm already connected, doesn't show it. But what you're going to do, let's see if I can recreate it. Let's go into, I won't be able to there. But anyhow, it's going to ask you to log in with your credentials, and then it's going to give you the option for a 2 free week trial. That doesn't mean that the book is free. You still got to pay after the 2 free weeks expires or before then. So I recommend, there is no excuses, guys. I cannot give extensions. There's no way I'm going to separate work. You should be able to plan accordingly. You got to pay for those 2, after those 2 free weeks. You got to be ready for this. So that's about it. I don't know what else to say other than that. Watch out for my introduction video. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me, largueta, LARGUETA @gntc.edu. And I think that's about it, guys. We'll be talking more. I'll introduce myself, and we'll go from there. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Looking forward to it. Take care, guys.